Wanderers, as a lot of you know, the Diablo 4 roadmap is going to be coming to an end soon. What is coming next for the franchise? We got a really big tip as to when we're going to get some of that information in the brand new release video today from Bloodshed. It was the Burning Questions video. It came back and it was full of some juicy questions and some really great answers. We're going to hop into the video together, and this is going to cover things like possible loot filters, a little bit about some leaderboards, and whether or not Lilith is going to be a villain or an anti-hero. Let's hop into the video. All right, here we go. I'm pretty excited about this.
Hey everyone, my name's Bloodshed from the community team, and today we're back with another Burning Questions video. So I'm gonna start you off in the hot seat a little bit. So what's it about? Well, the team is always listening to your feedback. So in this series, we're taking your comments and your questions behind the scenes and asking developers directly.
Oh my gosh.
They don't know exactly what I'm gonna throw at them, so hopefully we can catch them off guard a bit and maybe have some fun.
You know, last time I was being interviewed, this time I'm being sacrificed. I don't know how I feel about that.
I really like this format. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, because I like the way that they're doing this. It just feels kind of very personal, but let me know what you guys think.
So some players are noticing that in Torment tiers, they're still getting those magic and rare items to drop. Are there any plans to change that, or?
Yeah, so the goal is not to have magic and rare items dropping anywhere in Torments. Sometimes a few things slip through the cracks, and we've just been touching that up. We noticed that sometimes side quests and whisper caches were dropping magic and rare items, and we nipped that in the bud, and they're now legendary. And we're going to keep looking for those pesky little bugs and squashing them as we can.
Currently,
this was going to be something that they're changing in Season 10. There's a lot of different places that the magic gear was dropping that is going to be eliminated. So hopefully we don't have to deal with that anymore. There was one place on the public test realm that I did submit some feedback for, so that's going to be in there. So hopefully no more magic gear in any of the Torment tiers.
in the game, we have Andariel, Duriel, the Harbinger, all cool bosses.
Sure,
but
yeah.
they have the same loot table.
Right.
And then I guess if you were to fight Belial, then you get access to the same loot tables. Is there any way to differentiate those bosses in the future?
Yeah, so we wanted to make sure that players that didn't have access to the expansion could still find all of the unique items they were looking for. But we've decided since then to kind of split it out into more of a Venn diagram shape. I'm not going to go like into super details, but you should...
Mythics, generic uniques, chaos uniques, A pool, B pool, C pool, so Duriel and Dariel. Dog. This is the most official Venn diagram that I've ever seen. So this is kind of what it's going to look like here. So you should be able to get everything, even if you don't have the expansion pack. So that big but doesn't mean that you can't get all of the uniques if you don't have the expansion pack. It looks like you're going to be able to get B from Duriel and then C from Andariel here. So don't worry. It's still there.
Be able to find loot that feels a lot more particular to Harbinger or Duriel or Andariel now in Season 10.
On the topic of farming bosses, getting items and uniques, it can get tiresome sometimes doing bosses for hours and hours and hours. Will there be other like...
This is a good change here.
Require uniques?
Yeah, so specifically in Season 10, there's going to be lots of different ways to get Chaos Armor, but in addition to that, because we added Chaos...
Okay, I'm sorry we're pausing it a lot, but this armor is actually pretty cool. This is pretty generic. This is actually what the Chaos Armor itself looks like. So it's pretty cool. I wonder if we're going to get transmogs for it, because that would be pretty cool if we could just keep the look, even if the Chaos Armor goes away.
Chaos Armor in the game, we wanted to make sure that we also took a look at uniques in general. And so we've bumped up the just baseline chance for unique items to drop just throughout content, but you can probably expect some more ways to find uniques in the future.
That's awesome. Final question. Is Lilith a villain or anti-hero?
I think she's a villain, guys.
Okay.
You know, it's kind of funny, like, I've had multiple friends play
Nope.
through Diablo 4. They
Nope.
message me when they're like most of the way through the campaign, and they're like, Lilith is the best. And I'm
Yeah.
like, guys, she's gonna destroy humanity, come on.
All right, again, let me know what you think. Lilith, anti-hero, villain. You let me know.
The next developer I want to talk to is Dan Tangway, but he's not here in Irvine, so we're going to have to go ahead and call into Albany. Hey, Dan.
Hello.
You seem like a man of culture, Dan. I want to say,
Okay.
Is it pronounced Shaco, Shaco, or do you call it Harlequin's Crest?
I call it a Shaco.
Good. There was only one answer, so you passed.
All right, good.
So Dan, leaderboards and ladders, are there any updates you can share with the community?
We've been doing a lot of thinking around this. We launched the Gauntlet and the Trials leaderboards way back in Season 3, but then turned them off around X1 because we wanted to give ourselves an opportunity to think about how to do this type of gameplay better. What players are really looking for are leaderboards that allow them to show mastery of their build and kind of whatever situation we can throw at them. And so we're really trying to build, the leaderboards and the mode around it, around that notion that, we're going to keep you on your toes.
When blasting through layer bosses,
Okay, so this is just based on what he said, and you can let me know what you think. It sounds like, so they're building a mode. I don't think it's going to be something that's in the game currently. So this could be something brand new that we're going to be getting leaderboards for. And I know that in one of, so maybe we're going to get a brand new mode that we don't know about yet. I don't know if that's going to come in the expansion pack. Hopefully it comes earlier because that would be pretty cool. It seems like an expansion pack thing, but it sounds like we get a brand new mode for something else that's going to give us leaderboards.
loot can drop pretty fast. Are there any plans to add a loot filter
Here it
or
is.
anything to help with that?
Yeah, so we've definitely heard everyone's feedback, and we've done a lot of different things we needed to do prior, revamping the itemization. We've done some almost like smart filtering, and I think we've reached the limits of that approach. And so we are talking about loot filters, but I can't really say much more than that right now.
Some people have had some suggestions that it would be cool when there's an active whisper in the game for specific content, that maybe like a nightmare sigil.
This was on the
catch
public test
fire,
realm.
Or there's some indicator to
So
get
nice.
the player to go to
Yeah.
that area.
So nice.
Good news, we've got something in place for that, and it should be coming out in Season 10. So that's pretty cool.
We have a few comments from players saying that sometimes seasonal content can feel disposable as it doesn't carry over to the Eternal Realm. Are there any plans to make seasonal mechanics like a permanent part of the core game?
Yeah, I definitely want to highlight that the vast majority of things that come in every season really are for the Eternal game. When we do these big updates to our systems and a lot of the quality of life improvements, all of those are eternal kind of evergreen improvements to Diablo 4. Really the most limited part are the seasonal powers. Those really are only applicable for that season. And on one hand, we really like that because it allows us to be, very experimental. We can try a bit more wacky and crazy things. But we are definitely aware that, a lot of players really resonate with some of these mechanics, some of these powers in particular. So we're going to look to find ways to reincorporate those old powers and those old effects into future systems as well.
Malphus and Witch Tides just left a hole in my heart, and yeah, I'm always yearning for them.
Yeah, I definitely.
For anybody that didn't get to fight Malphus, this was the very first standing still boss, never moved. The camera angle looked something like if you got to see the videos from the new Infernal Horde boss. That's kind of what this was, but the boss never moved. It was very fun. It was back in Season 3. Hopefully something like that comes back. They kind of reinvent how bosses work.
We definitely heard a lot of similar sentiment, and we definitely are looking for ways to bring those back into the game, kind of, as a permanent feature, as well as some of the other activities and powers.
Oh, nice.
I
We get a
miss
lot of
Witch
feedback from
Tides.
players that seasonal powers can feel samey over the seasons. Are there any plans to maybe make things feel a little bit more fresh going forward?
Yeah, I'd love to talk about this. When you think about your player class and your build, I kind of think of it like a cake, right? You've got like your base skills, then like your legendaries and your paragon. You're kind of building up layers, and then the seasonal powers were really just like icing on top of that cake. And every season we'd kind of scrape off the icing and put a new layer on, different flavor, but it's still just icing at the end of the day. So going forward, we're going to be looking at seasonal powers that really play with like kind of the filling of that cake. that really change the interaction between your skills and your legendaries, your paragon, your items, and so on. And I think you see that a lot with the chaos perks here, where they really directly interact with your player skills. We're also seeing that with the chaos armor, the itemization update this season, which really messes with how you build your character at a very fundamental level. We think this is a really good way of kind of iterating on our seasonal power systems.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's there in that menu, like it's on your character and part of you. There's gonna be some fun combos, I think.
Oh, definitely.
It's
Definitely
very, very cool.
Probably pretty
It's
strong.
very
combos
cool.
As well.
So what are you gonna main next season?
You know, I think Spiritborn is looking really good. I think Spiritborn works with the chaos armor in a
You heard it here. Carlos is maining Spiritborn. I don't know if that's an insider tip or not, but we'll have to see what happens when we get the patch notes. But Charles is going Spiritborn.
in some really interesting ways. They've got some really powerful effects that you can now get on different slots than before. And so I'm really looking forward to seeing what I can do with the Spiritborn.
I'm gonna main Spiritborn now. I think I'm gonna log that. That's probably gonna be the go-to. The dev team, I'm sure, is always cooking up content. I see you guys, working hard all the time.
Oh yeah.
Just totally separate and not related. Like, what's your favorite season?
My favorite season of the year. I think I really enjoy, the holiday season, around that, late November to December time frame. It's really looking forward to it.
Gift giving.
Late November.
My favorite season of the year. I think I really enjoy, the holiday season, around that, late November to December time frame. It's
Late
really
November to December.
Gift giving, right? Season. It's a season
Yeah.
for
Looking
Awesome.
forward to that this year.
Well, that's a wrap for today.
That's
If
it
you're
right
hungry
there.
for more Diablo news, you won't have to wait too much longer, as this is shaping out to be one hell of a year. And honestly, big thank you to you, the community, for all your questions, comments, and yes, even your spirited discussions. We genuinely appreciate all of it, truly. Until next time, we'll see you in Sanctuary.
All right, lots and lots to break down here. A lot of really great content in there. I'm super excited now for November to January, somewhere around there, because it sounds like we're getting some really good content. We probably are going to get some teasers that maybe okay, so I'm going to be a little selfish here. I'm hoping that it's not the launch of the new season. I work in retail management. Getting some time off then is absolutely impossible. I'm hoping the new season comes January 6th. That would be amazing. For everybody else, hopefully the new season comes very, very soon. But it sounds like, as a gift and giving, that maybe we're going to get a teaser for what the new expansion pack is going to be. That's just what I'm predicting. If that is the case, it sounds like we're probably looking at BlizzCon is going to be when they announce the official release of the expansion pack. That's what I'm hedging my bets on. That's a long ways away. But personally, I would much rather them take the time to get it done, finish the expansion pack, don't rush it out. The first one came very quickly. This one here, hopefully they're spending all of this time working out the kinks, listening to feedback, getting done what they need to do in order for this to be like an amazing launch. I'm perfectly fine with that because they did say it. If you guys didn't see these posts yet, I will have a video linked in the description of this one where Adam Fletcher said that more system updates are coming, not just in the expansion pack, but we're going to see a lot of the stuff that people have been asking for addressed just in seasons and not just then. With the season 10 just around the corner, we have already started putting together launch day groups in the Discord server, which you guys are more than welcome to join. It'll be in the top of the description of this video. You click the Discord icon. We have 25 teams already scheduled to go out at the launch of the season and play. This doesn't include the race that's going to be happening. We're going to be hosting a race. Core Skill is our Twitch team that is going to be hosted by Immortalize, Making Dough, Lothburger, and myself in the Core Skill team. We're going to be putting this on. We're going to get some sponsors. There will be some prizes. All of the details will be in the video in the description as well, and we're going to be posting more information about it. You can hop into Discord, sign up for whichever one you want. If you want a highly competitive, incredibly fun, but maybe a little stressful launch to the season, you can hop into the race. If you're looking for just a nice casual group to go out there and play, share your experiences, share your gear, share your materials, and then also learn all of the new content together, that's going to be another option for you. We have both of them going. The Discord is an amazing place. Everybody's very welcoming, very friendly. We have weekly events going on right now, and there will be a lot more when the season launches. I'm super excited about all of the information that's going to be coming up. I will keep everybody updated about all of the content that's going to be coming out Diablo 4 related, because over the next week, we should be hearing quite a bit of chatter from the devs. I'm very excited to see what they're going to be bringing, and I cannot wait to get my hands on the patch notes for Season 10, and we'll get to give you the final decision on what we think is going to be the awesome builds that are going to be able to be used in Season 10. That's all I got for you today. If you found this video helpful, make sure you share it with your friends and let me know in the comments what you think of the video that we watched earlier today. Thank you everybody for watching. I'm live every night. I'd love it if you stopped by, said hi, theory crafted with me. Catch you on the clip side.